And right now, we are 2 minutes away from the end of the trading day. Romaine Bostick here with Katie Greifeld, taking you through to that closing bell. It's a global simulcast, and it starts now. Carol Massar and Tim Stenovec join us from the radio booth. Welcome to our audiences across all of our Bloomberg platforms, television, radio, a partnership with YouTube, with an S&P 500. Carol Massar perched at a record high.
Yeah, pretty interesting, but it feels like it's kind of limping along. We're coming off our best levels of the session when you look at the equity.
It's up 0.8%. How much more do you want?
Well, it's not broad-based. It's, I mean, 270 stocks are higher as of now, 232 are lower, so...
Yeah, but the 270 are the ones that matter. NVIDIA, Apple, Broadcom, Alphabet, Amazon, AMD, Microsoft, IBM, JP Morgan, Micron. Should I keep going?
Let's see
what
happens
you have
next
you have
week.
250 more to do, Romaine. Go ahead.
Come on.
I don't want to interrupt Carol.
Yeah. Oh, really? Take it away.
It's opposite
Take it
day.
away.
Let's think about next week.
It's opposite
The
day.
Federal Reserve is meeting.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got some big tech earnings, like quite a few of the Mag 7 are reporting. The president is traveling. Does that mean no end to this government shutdown, perhaps? What am I forgetting here? Oh, NVIDIA GTC.
Did you say Fed meeting?
Yeah, I said Fed meeting.
Did you say Fed meeting?
Yeah, we got a busy week coming up.
Did you mention all the data releases coming in the next week?
I did not mention those.
Maybe not so much.
Yeah. But still, eat your Wheaties this weekend.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad you bring that up. I mean, busiest week for earnings, like 170-something companies out of the S&P reporting. But I think the idea of what you just kind of hit on, this idea, the president overseas, presumably dealing with a couple of big trade issues with China and Canada. But of course, also the idea that Congress is gone. I mean, the House has made clear, or at least the Republican side of the House made clear, they're not going to be in D.C. next week. The Senate's not going to be in there in D.C., and the president's not going to be there. So you're talking about a government shutdown that I think, today is in day 24?
Yep.
That means, we'll probably, maybe, potentially cross that 35 mark, which would make this the longest shutdown in U.S. history. All right. Nevertheless, let's take a look at the market. It's a day to clap here with the Dow Jones Industrial Average closing out the day around 47,207, up 1% on the day. The S&P up 53 points, 6791 and change. It did briefly trade above 6,800, but still it's going to close at a record high. The Nasdaq up more than 200 points, or more than 1% on the day. Similar story for the Nasdaq 100. And look at that, the Russell 2000 getting in on the action as well. A gain today of about 31 points, or 1.2%, though I should point out that's going to be just shy of its record high.
Just missing there. Okay, hey, listen, go to the S&P 500. Back we go. 258 names, as Romaine was counting out a little bit earlier. To the upside, Katie, 241 to the downside, 4 unchanged.
Well, you take a look at the sectors. It's a similar setup. There is slightly more green than there is red, because right there you can see a big chunk of the circle is dedicated to tech, rallying mightily today, even with declines in Tesla. I believe tech up 1.6% as a sector. Also a great day for communication services, utilities, financials, etc. What didn't have such a great Friday, consumer staples, materials, and then energy as a sector off by about 1%.
All right, so let's go to some of the individual gainers. I mean, check out shares of Ford, man, on fire today, up the most in 5 years, up 12%. What? Are you laughing?
Bad choice of words.
Oh,
there,
sorry. Right.
It's doing well today.
I'm a little tired on this Friday. Okay, investors snapping up shares of Ford today, up 12%, up the most in 5 years, more than 5 years. Company expecting its Novelis's aluminum factor, key supplier to Ford, as we know, to resume production as soon as late November and ramp up through the year end earlier than initially expected. So listen, this is a big deal. They also talked about the F-150. It is its top selling vehicle, and this was a major supplier to it. So really important. I got to say, Romaine, you and Matt doing a really good interview with Jim Farley yesterday. We did, yeah.
I was a little better than Matt, but yes, thank you.
That's the signature modesty.
That's not what Matt said when he came on air after the interview. All right, let's get to Intel. Man, I just barely making it with this one. It was up 7.7% earlier in the session, intraday, finishing the day with just a gain of 0.3%. But I got to say, initially, we felt like investors were feeling a little bit more upbeat about the Intel story, maybe some of the turnaround happening. Upbeat forecast, focused, though, investors kind of shifting their focus from maybe the turnaround to saying there's still some lingering challenges. So I just I needed to throw that out there, or I don't know, I didn't want to pull it out. Anyway, this one's for Romaine because I know if I didn't do it, he would do it. Grindr, up about 19% in today's session, up as much as 28% earlier in the session. The company proposing stakeholders submitted a non-binding proposal to buy all of the outstanding shares. We've been kind of expecting this of the company's common stock that they do not already own for $18 a share, stock closing at $5.15 and change. And then I just want to throw in Barrick Mining because just kind of later in today's session, Newmont said to eye a deal for Barrick's Nevada gold asset, according to folks in the know. So we did see Barrick kick up about 1.7% by the close. It was a little bit higher intraday, up almost 5%, but by the end of the close, up 1.7%. All right, Tim, all yours.
Okay, I got a few decliners to choose from. The worst performer in the S&P 500 today, Deckers Outdoor, the owner of Hoka, UGG, and Teva brands, down more than 15% today. Hit a low not seen since pretty much exactly 2 years ago. The company forecasts 2026 net sales below the average analyst estimate. Price target cuts coming from Barclays, Needham, Telsey, among others. Bernstein as well, I should note. Alaska Air Group, shares falling more than 6% today. Wasn't just the results that they reported. The third quarter earnings per share missed analyst estimates due to a IT outage and bad weather. It also warned results for the final months of the year will likely come in below previous forecasts. So you heard about that IT outage. Well, there's another one. It's dealing with the aftermath of another IT outage that caused more than 100 flights to be canceled as of earlier today. That disruption, though, ended at 11:30 p.m. Seattle time Thursday. Further disruptions were likely Friday as the airline repositions aircraft and crew once again.
Have you seen some of the social media footage of all the lines at the airport, particularly at SeaTac?
You just do not want to be on the receiving end of a system-wide outage. Like, Delta a couple years ago with CrowdStrike, right?
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
Southwest Air. Remember that, Romaine, during the big blizzard a few years ago out of Buffalo?
Yeah, we talked a lot about it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, though. It happens. And, I guess make sure you don't unplug anything if you're in the room that controls everything, I guess. Booz Allen, Hamilton, 9% to the downside. Those shares fell at one point to the lowest since March of 2023. They closed down the lowest since May of 2023. May of 2023. This after the company cut its adjusted earnings per share guidance for the full year. The new guidance fell short of the average analyst estimates. A double downgrade from Bank of America. Truist also cut as well.
I'm just going to add one honorable mention on there, and that was Trade Desk. The shares were up about 2% during the session, at one point dropping about 6% as we got closer to the close. A report out of Adweek here that the ad tech platform there now might be under some pressure from Amazon, which is offering agencies a more direct way onto their ad platform, basically circumventing Trade Desk. Meanwhile, you take a look at the screen here and you see where yields ended the day. A modest drop across the board. We should point out this is a little bit of a flip. Remember, when we got the CPI report earlier this morning, we actually did see yields move in the opposite direction here, but that changed course just a bit, and now we see a slight drop here. We should point out, though, on that two-year yield, we're actually higher this Friday than where we were last Friday, only by about a fraction of a basis point, but still, basically, we've gone nowhere over the last 5 days.
All right, so it's 5 o'clock somewhere, or getting close to being 5 o'clock somewhere. So I don't know if you guys drink Boston beer, but apparently it's barrel-aged extreme Utopias beer. They've been making it, biannually since 2001. This year's edition, though, is apparently pretty strong, and you've got a bunch of states that are banning it.
15 states where it's illegal. This, according to USA Today, it's a blend of vintages which have been aged up to 30 years, some in barrels and casks that previously held Irish whiskey, cognac, ruby port, and scotch. I don't know how you drink a beer that is 30% ABV. I mean,
Quickly.
Not quickly at all.
No. You chug it.
Not at all.
You shotgun it.
All right.
Shotgun
I have to say, I don't like beer. I don't drink beer. But hearing the blowback and the fact that this is not allowed in certain states does make me want to try it more.
And what does that mean, not allowed? Like you can't sell it at all?
They can't sell it.
Or it can only be sold in certain stores?
They can't sell it at all in some states.
What about in New York or New Jersey?
We're okay.
I don't know.
It's
okay.
Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Idaho, Missouri.
That makes a lot of sense.
There's such weird alcohol laws from state to state.
Yeah, just don't check their internet browsing history. But we talk about this idea here, and we should point out, this isn't the first time. Goose Island in Chicago has been doing this for years with these special editions, so kind of weird that they didn't do that. Another story that caught my eye, Chick-fil-A. I know, Katie Greifeld, you're a fan.
Love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I know you've had that at least twice today, both for breakfast and lunch here. Well, the tycoon behind Chick-fil-A, he actually built a movie studio down there in Georgia, and, well, he's been struggling a little bit. Remember, everybody was filming movies down on those sound stages down there in the greater Atlanta area, but now they found cheaper places to do it, and he's kind of trying to find a new lifeline for his studio.
Open, then enter what? Content creators, right?
Yeah,
Because it's
the
interesting.
influencers.
About 1/3 or a little bit more than 1/3, they're planning to dedicate their facilities to. Kind of makes sense. I mean, if you think about content creation, everybody's doing it. I don't know. I'm waiting for you.
That's what we're
to
doing.
do something.
But what's the economy of scale there? I mean, a movie. If I say, okay, I'm going to film the next Superman there, I mean, you're making millions off me. If I'm just some influencer, I mean, what are you going to charge me?
In views? I don't know. It's a good question.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can give you a couple $100.
These are questions that Dan Cathy is asking himself, I hope.
Okay.
He's got an $8 billion net worth.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
And this is all from, someone fried up a chicken cutlet, put it on a bun, and then said, wait, a pickle on top.
So you guys just really wanted to talk. You just really wanted to talk about Chick-fil-A.
We did.
You don't care about what he's doing. You just
every
really
time I walk, there's a
wanted to
Chick-fil-A right next to Bloomberg World Headquarters. Every time I walk by there, before it even opens, Katie is just standing there, looking in the window.
Are you really?
Her breath fogging up the window.
She does like
I said, Katie, there are other things open.
You know, I have to say that's not quite accurate. That's a slight exaggeration, but they do a really good job. It's efficient. They move that line, and oftentimes it's out the door.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm going to try it this Sunday and see how it goes.
Are you done? Are you done? All right. That's a
we're
wrap.
done.
Okay, we're done.